Welcome into the DGD Podcast, everybody. I'm Robert Reynolds. That's my guy Keon over there. It's a Saturday night. Oh my God, we threw an audible your way. I'm so sorry. Um, but spring ball is here, Keon. Spring ball's here. I'm so glad that it's here too because the wait and the dreadful feel throughout the entire month of February is now over because we're in March. And Monday, dog football technically starts. So buckle in, everybody, because we've got a loaded show. Because we're going to be talking heavy, heavy dose of spring ball and what we're expecting before it actually starts. I see Jay Shiesty in the building. Got the beer mugs going. It's a Saturday night and the fights are going, but we hope you enjoy what we are about to present to you. Obviously, this show is brought to you by our friends over at Alumni Hall. Hey guys, you see this? It's comfortable as shit. And I got it at Alumni Hall too. DGDpod.com/alumni hall. Go to that link. It's in the description below. Shop Alumni Hall. 8% goes to the Classic City Collective. If you keep up recruiting, you know that matters. So do yourself a favor, get geared up. Right? Spring ball starts. I mean, G-Day's coming up. Right? Georgia didn't cancel theirs, unlike a lot of other folks we know. So get geared up with Alumni Hall. Thank you, Alumni Hall, for sponsoring the show. Also, we are a part of the Fans First Sports Network, dgdpod.com/FFSN. Give those guys a follow. All your content needs: NBA, NFL, NCAA, MLS, hockey, all of it. If you want to see it or you want to hear it, Fans Force Sports Network's got you covered. DGDpod.com/FFSN. Keon, buddy, we got a busy night. And so let's get started.
Absolutely. What's going on, Rob? Shout outs to everybody that is tuning in. Yet again, we got the fights going on, as well as some college basketball, along with NBA talks. But overall, it's a great weekend, man. It's Saturday. It's a great day. Um, Great time to talk some Georgia Bulldog recruiting. Maybe. Who
What
knows?
color are you
G
wearing there?
Day.
Yeah,
Hmm?
what color hoodie are you wearing there?
It's green.
Mm,
Yeah.
fair enough. Fair enough. You're getting ready for
Shout
spring.
out to UNT Mean Green Fighting Machine Scrappy Eagles.
There you go.
Rah!
Jay Shiesty says his birthday's on the 10th. Well, we're not going to be live on the 10th. So happy early birthday, Mr. Shiesty.
You know what? Shout outs Jay Shice, you know, Pisces brethren. My birthday's on the 13th, so
Just giving you a heads up. Keon ain't going to be on this next episode, by the way. Stay tuned.
no. And you know the mentality and the state of mind that I plan on being in on March 13th. It's not. We're not camera ready on March 13th.
Honestly, it would be better if you were in that state and just called you in on the show and just
All
let
right,
you talk. That'd probably be A+ content.
middle of the strip club, like, yep. What's going on with Georgia recruiting?
In the corner, whoa, whoa. You be in the club doing that shit. I'm gonna be like, Keon,
Mm,
stop.
I'm in here doing my own recruiting. I'm on the trail, baby.
Hello,
Woo!
woman. Oh, sorry, I threw that old classic. My bad. Keon,
Uh,
let's talk spring ball, man. I know we can easily get carried away, but spring ball. What are you looking forward to? We'll go ahead and start with the hot question first. We'll break it down from there. What are you most excited or most forward to seeing start of spring ball?
it's good to see the guys back, popping pads, getting themselves ready. Um, Biggest question I got, the biggest question I'm pretty sure the fan base has: who the hell's the quarterback? That's going to be the biggest thing for me because I feel like with both of the quarterbacks, with Gunnar Stockton um, and Ryan Puglisi, aka Ryan Pug, um, aka Ryan Tud. We got to figure out who's the quarterback going to be. So I think that's going to be a very big thing there. Uh, it's going to be good to see everybody back. I'm saying it like I'm going to be watching the spring practice, but um, it's going to be good to be able to read some notes and stuff like that in regards to the guys. So for me, quarterback is one of the biggest things. I want to see who's it going to be. We're going to roll with Gunna. We rolling with Gunna Wanna, or are we going with Ryan Pug, aka Ryan Tud? So
I'm looking at all these position battles, man. It's gonna be a lot of them, honestly. Um, this team's gonna be young, or I wouldn't say young, but inexperienced. But they're gonna be fast as shit, Keon. They're gonna be fast
all over.
as shit.
And you know what? I want to say that to me, where I think it's going to be really insane is the defense. The defense is going to be so fast. Quintavious Johnson, we held a space. Uh,
Friday.
that was the day, and then we had Jeremy Johnson coming there. We had Ben
Benji
Woke.
Woke from 24/7.
Yep. And we also had Jeff Sintel. So also shout outs to those gentlemen for joining us. I appreciate you for joining the space. But it was great, man. Held that space for a good 4 hours. It's all on my Twitter. So if you go to Twitter/X, whatever you want to call it, and you type in podcast Poppy 2 eyes because I got them, and then you just scroll down, you'll be able to see the damn near 4 hour space that we held. Like,
Keep in mind, you had those three gentlemen, but we also had John Tavius Wyman in there.
mm-hmm.
You had several other kids in there too, man. So it was a very good conversation.
Yeah, it definitely was. Those boys really did pulled up and kicked it with us. It was great to talk Georgia football, Georgia recruiting with those guys. So yet again, definitely shout outs to them, and I appreciate that. Hopefully, we can do something like that again in the near future. But
Yeah,
these guys with busy schedules, you know how that goes.
yeah, it'd be real fun to deal with for sure. Keon, I'm looking at it right. I'm looking at these positions. Um, but to me, you talked about the quarterback position, and I think me and you both. I love the upside of Puglisi.
Yes.
I just get this feeling that Gunner's got the experience, and we've seen how he can, uh, how he has the team, right? That intangible leadership quality, right? How the guys gravitate toward him. In my opinion, I think that's what you're going to see. I think you're going to see him get the ones, but at the same time, this is the perfect time to, I would say, almost equal rep share because Kirby Smart has mastered this. Has mastered the way of getting as many reps as humanly possible in these practices. Period. Just he's figured out the system, and we've had Kobe on in the past talking about this as well, and he was a part of that, and he can tell you, uh, just just fast paced, breakneck speed, getting quality reps at the same time, which is that's huge for Georgia's development. And so, I get this feeling that Gunner's going to be that guy, but I'm curious to hear more about Puglisi, and because we haven't really got to see him, right? Like, and so I just don't know how to feel about it. I want him to do well, but I'm just curious to see how things go.
Yeah, I
And
definitely feel that.
but I mean, at the same time, I think if we want to stay on the offensive side of the ball, I'm excited to see how these receivers are going to look because
Man, I'm excited to see. You're 100% right, Rob. I mean, just going from what our receiver room was last year. Let's be real. Let's be honest. Subpar, um, subpar effort from what we've seen, or execution. Let me say that subpar execution. To we got some highly touted guys. Like if you would have told me immediately after that Notre Dame game that hey, Keon, by the time spring ball rolls around, you'd be looking at Georgia having a total of two 5-star wide receivers in the room, I wouldn't have believed you.
And honestly, you know, you look at Zachariah Branch, and that to me that's my biggest X factor for the receiving group. But Jeff, you know, Jeff brought up a good point yesterday. He was saying that he Noah Thomas is going to be the best player possibly on the team,
Yeah, I agree. I can see it.
and that kind of just perked my ears up. Not gonna lie, perked them up pretty big actually. I got big ones, big
Mm-hmm.
ears. They got perked up when I heard that. I was like, "Ooh, okay." Not mad at all about that. But I mean, even then, you look at the possibility even of Colby Young coming back. Like we haven't officially heard anything if he has been, but I guarantee you, I would assume with the charges being dropped or whatever, at some point he's going to get brought back in. But I would
Absolutely.
probably assume he's going to be working in the spring camp. So you've got him, you've got Zachariah Branch, you've got Noah Thomas, and then you bring in the freshmen, right? The incoming freshmen. Um, you got. Well, I mean, who would you take your pick? You got 5 receivers. I mean, what? Oh, you want Talon Taylor? Okay, cool. CJ Wiley, I'll take that too. So, and then obviously you look at situations, right? When Nitro Tuggle hits the portal, but bring him back in. Sokovia White gets some plays. Time for him to see how big of a jump he's made. So, this receiving core feels extremely deep. I just need to see better execution.
No, that's a fact. That is a fact, and I'm looking forward to these guys, especially with Zachariah and Noah Thomas, especially with Noah. I mean, 50-50 balls, go balls. You're gonna see him really be able to make plays really all over the field. And it's been a while since we've had a wide receiver to be able to do that on a consistent. And it seems like if you go back and watch his tape, I mean, this dude is just snagging shit out the air. So I wouldn't be surprised, when it comes to the wide receivers, I wouldn't be surprised if Noah ends up leading us in touchdowns. I mean, because if he gives us a healthy season, dude, like this is going to be massive with just him alone. That's not including Zachariah. That's not including Nitro. That's not including Sokovie or none of the young guys that we got in. And then on top of that, you make a look at what the tight end room is going to look like.
Yeah, we're just now starting to talk about that, man. It's crazy.
Monsters. Literally the Monstars. Literally the Monstars.
I mean, you got Delp coming back for another year. I think you take Delp, and the way I look at it is he wants to kind of get the sour taste of last year out of his mouth, in my opinion, by coming back and trying to and doing it again. And I think that's possible.
Hey
I'd like to
man.
see better perimeter blocking, more consistent perimeter blocking.
Mm-hmm.
And honestly, with Lucky and Jaden Riddell, dude, we can't sit here. I'd be remiss to say you can't talk about the tight end position without him.
Oh, he's gonna be dangerous. I can't wait. Like I'm really looking forward to seeing him being able to go out there and make plays as well. Bro, guys, we shouldn't have any problem knocking on wood as I say this.
Fair, but we haven't talked about the running backs and we haven't talked about the offensive line yet.
Bro, I'm gonna tell you.
That was the issue last year. And so,
I am excited for year 2 of Nate Frazier. I am excited for young Bo Walker. I mean, the dude, look, this kid comes from a family of hoopers, right? Like family of ballers, some of which have played here. One of which is currently on the other side of the ball with Zayden Walker. I mean, like it's not a joke. These, bro, I'm telling you, the Walker family has been great to us, and I don't think it stops here with Bo. I think Bo is going to come out here and he's going to ball out. Now, what I want to see with him, uh, I want to see how he handles, of course, getting adjusted to SEC football. Uh, Honestly, if his jump cuts can continue to be dangerous like they were for him in high school, it's going to be great to see on the field, man. And I really do think he's really one of the more talented backs. The offensive line, man, I gotta say, look, Stacy, Coach Sorrell, let's keep it so real. Um, what we got?
I'm, I'm just kind of I'm in this boat right here where I need to see the best five and solidify that, but I want to see quality depth behind it because I think we're both on the board with understanding. You go 4 year, you're going to get banged up on the in the trenches. That's just what happens, right? It's the same thing on the offensive side as it is on the defensive side. You get banged up, so you're going to need a heavy rotation. Now,
You
preferably
know,
line. What's that?
I want to see. I want somebody I want to see on the offensive line. Take that next step in their own personal development. Big Jaw Jackson.
Mm-hmm.
I want to see him take that next step to improve.
I could see that. I could easily see that. I think another person that I'm interested to see.
He's
I
so goddamn big, bro. What? Like that don't make no sense. Rob, really think about this, bro. This dude is damn near a 7 footer playing tackle. Like this might be the craziest shit we see is him power driving somebody into the ground.
choke slamming their ass like Big Show.
Man, because it really might look like that if one of these.
You're not wrong. Not really wrong.
And he's a basketball player too, so you can,
Mm-hmm.
so that explosion is still there.
Yeah, I think another person, man. I know you mentioned Big Jaw there, but Daniel Calhoun, I'm excited to see.
Boy,
I'm really excited to see him.
you know what? And I gotta say this, Rob, and to the Georgia fans, when you really think about it, think back to that. Was it the 2024 class? We really had some big ass humans.
Oh, dude, it was a great wall of Georgia for real. I mean, I think the
Yeah,
average was like 6'7", 330 plus.
we really pulling up like these guys is.
I mean,
It's
you
like the
had
Philadelphia Eagles offensive line. Like it's
yeah, because you had let's see, you had Calhoun, Nair Daniels, Michael Uni, Marcus Harrison,
yeah,
and there was a fifth one. I forgot who it is. I apologize. Josh Jackson. Josh Jackson
Josh Jackson.
that class. So like you look at that man, it was I mean fucking 6'8", 330, 340 in that range. You know how crazy that is.
I'm not gonna lie. And then a couple of those guys had to, couple of those guys had to work themselves down to 340, didn't they?
I think it was Nair Daniels, dude. Nair Daniels dropped to
I
like
don't think he was the only one. It was
no,
him and
it was Calhoun.
yeah, him and Calhoun.
Calhoun. Yeah, Calhoun did the same thing. Dropped like 40, 50 pounds off the rip.
Big ass
Damn.
humans. Big
But
ass humans.
you look at the sheer size, and that's not even accounting now. I mean, because you had that class, but then you've also got Micah Morris coming back, right? Like I need to see consistent good play out of that. But I think the question is the tackles, right? I think everybody's looking at Ernest Green. I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt right here, all right, on the record. I think he can bounce back.
I think so too.
I do. I do. Um, Health is a key factor there, man. Really. Because if you weren't healthy last year, and his size at tackle, you got to play perfect. And if you ain't healthy, that ain't perfect. And it showed. So I need it'll be and honestly, I think what you're going to see is whether it be right tackle or left. I prefer Monroe at left, just sheer size.
Yeah.
But give me a right tackle Right. This is my ideal situation. Earn a screen at right tackle. Prove yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Prove yourself, and just go from there. Because there's a lot of good talent behind them, and if you're getting beat, it's a liability. But again, I'm giving you the benefit of a doubt. I do think if you can stay healthy, I think you can bounce back. But if there's somebody better that's more suited for that tackle spot, we have to start taking those conversations. And they're never easy. Listen, they're never easy because I don't want that to happen to nobody. But it's just a part of business. It's never nothing, never personal. Never personal. Never.
So my now favorite, my now favorite offensive lineman is Drew Bobo. Let
Yeah.
me tell you why.
I can completely understand. I think
Drew,
let me say
Drew Bobo is
why.
my favorite. He's my favorite offensive lineman on
Can I
our
guess why?
team.
Can I guess why?
Yeah, you can. I give you 3 guesses.
Effort,
That's one.
consistent effort.
Yes.
He just got that dog in him, dude. He's just got
Yeah, it's so nice.
like I want you to picture this, Keon, and see if you remember this last season when he played in for Jared. I want you to picture him, Drew Bobo, running downfield as fast as he can, scanning his head for the next body to collect.
Mm-hmm.
He was
You know what's really messed up about that, Rob?
it's like breadcrumbs, man.
You know what's really messed up about that, Rob? Is that when an offensive lineman runs downhill and decides to smack the shit out of somebody, the person that they smack the shit out of, like the person they pick to smack the shit out of,
Like safety.
almost never sees it coming.
Well, yes and no. Some of them, I mean, some of these big heavies, man, when they run, all you gotta do is make a miss and they just fall on their face. Oh,
No, but it's just with Drew, he's just taking. It's like he says, "Fuck it," and then just goes full force. Like either I'm gonna hit you or I'm not. More often than not, but he's making full contact. Okay, and no, but Drew Bobo is my favorite offensive lineman now on the team. Now that Jared Wilson is gone, the reason being
by the way, shout out to Jared with a 4.84
crazy,
at the
crazy.
combine.
So his RAS score, Jared Wilson's RAS score. So since 1987, we are now in 2025, the year of our Lord. One other center since 1987 scored higher than Jared Wilson at the combine. Only one other one.
It's crazy.
That's
Tate
insane.
was right behind him too. Him and Tate were the
Tate, yeah, Tate was top 5. Tate was
Tate ran
top 5 guards since
4.92.
1987. Hmm?
I think Tate ran a 4.92.
Yeah.
Like Jesus, man. Like I wasn't expecting a 4.92. I understand why he ran one at the combine, and that's it. I can't be, and he ain't gonna run at pro day coming.
Oh no, that's it. That's y'all got. See, here's the thing: Jared Wilson, Tate Ratledge, they might bench again, but
Nah, they're not gonna do that. They might do drill work and interviews, but
if that,
when listen, Jordan Davis made a perfect example of this. When he ran his 4.78, buddy, you ain't touching another 40 in your life.
no,
It's old English.
no,
But even then,
right,
you ain't touching a 40 in your life again.
ever.
That's what's I tell you. That's what's about to happen with both of those guys. That's what's about to happen. And speaking of pro day, Keanu, I'm gonna be paying attention to it, and a lot of it is because of Dan Jackson and Chase
Yep,
Daniels.
Dirty Dan.
Yeah, he's gonna get drafted, dude.
Yeah, he is. It's
And
probably gonna be the Eagles too. That's another thing.
you're gonna be sick to your stomach.
Hell yeah, because guess what? The Eagles need a
What if
safety.
the Giants drafted him? What if the Giants drafted him? What would you do?
I would. I'm here telling y'all the New York Football Giants draft Dan Jackson in the 2025 NFL draft. I'm buying his jersey. buying his jersey.
New York.
And if there's anybody that's watching this that could get that jersey signed, I'd buy two so I can wear one and get the other one signed.
Dan, there you go.
I'm dead ass serious, Dan.
I will say this though too, man. I'm excited to see how Chaz attacks the pro day, to be honest, because I think he could. My opinion, both of these guys are going to get drafted. I think they played their way to get drafted.
I know for a fact they're getting drafted. Well, here's the thing. Dan Jackson has better tape than a good portion of the safeties that we just saw at the combine.
Yeah.
Let's just be honest.
I mean,
Chaz,
impactful plays. Like, when you really sit down and think about it, having Malachi and Dan Jackson back there, but it's close to this feeling, but it's kind of like losing Javon, and you see where I'm going with it?
mm-hmm.
Chris Smith. But you're also losing Tyke at the same time. It's like, ooh, all those Ikwari too. Oof, losing all of them to watch them do good things in the NFL early. I'll take it though.
At least we got KJ Bolden, boy. Whew. Appreciate you, Florida State.
I want you. Hold on. Yeah, exactly. I want to keep that name right there, but I want to bring up something too. I get this feeling that Chaz Chambliss is going to make himself a lot of money at this point.
Oh yeah.
At this pro day, he's going to do something. He's going to make himself a lot of money, because to me, and we've heard the fair share of complete utter chaos around him, and just I've heard some crazy shit. But at the same time, that dude is fucking smart, Keon. And guess who notices that?
Coaches.
Scouts. I mean, think about it. How many times did we see him raise his hand back, right? Before snap. And then he just shoots at it and breaks it up. Or gets to the quarterback, which actually, by the way, he did a really good job he got a lot better at getting to the quarterback. Very underrated aspect of his game that he took a huge step in, by the way.
No, that's a fact. Also, Giants also need a linebacker. So, Chaz.
Well, that's Mondo for you, man. Well, I want to ask you this. Hold on. I want to ask you this. You're an NFL guy and you got your team, right? If you had your shot for the New York Football Giants, who would you think would most likely make sense for your team to draft from Georgia? Who would it be?
Well, since the New York Football Giants have the third pick overall, and let's just say hypothetically we didn't need a quarterback. Me personally, I'm pulling out a quarter, and I'm gonna say that heads is Jalen Walker, tails is Mikael Williams.
Would this make sense? I'm curious, and I try to keep up with it, but you might be better at this than me. If the Giants get a quarterback in free agency, you trade the third pick back to 7 or 6 for the Raiders, or 7 for the Jets.
The Raiders just picked up Geno Smith.
Okay, so that's out of the question. So the Jets, right? If you make the trade and then get in front of Carolina and New Orleans and take a Mikael Williams or take a Jalen Walker, I think you would be actually picking, and because you would get the pick capital too, right? You get that extra draft picks and stuff. That would be a smart move.
I mean, trade back, probably pick up like a second or a third. You use that.
Y'all would probably need to protect the quarterback too.
You know what?
You better pick up Jared Wilson, ain't you? You're thinking too hard for me to make that joke. I'm sorry. You got Keon contemplating life
Give
decisions.
me Jalen Walker. Yeah, give me Jalen Walker at 6. And here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go Jalen Walker at 6.
Damn.
With that extra third round pick, we're gonna take that and we're gonna go get Dylan Fairchild and put him right next to Andrew Thomas.
Mm,
Um,
mm.
we're probably gonna grab a running back in the 4th round. Let's say, I don't know, Trevor Etienne. And we're going to move Evan Neal into guard. So, which means we would just need a tackle, which at that point I recommend Carson Vinson out of South Alabama, HBCU, a tackle who can play everywhere on the offensive line. So I look up my tackle through tackle lineup. Uh, right tackle would be Carson Vinson. Left or right guard would be Evan Neal. The center would be John Michael Schmeltz from Minnesota. My left guard would be Dylan Fairchild. My left tackle is the DGD himself, Andrew Thomas. Well, both of those guys are DGD for sure. But uh, yeah, we go Dylan Fairchild, Andrew Thomas. No one's touching us on the left side. So, yeah. Also, with the draft pick in the 1st round, I'm taking Jalen Walker because I can play him anywhere. I can play him at the linebacker position, or I can just play him straight up as edge. Either way, we're going to eat for 1,000 years.
Yeah.
Now, right? If I trade back, I got that 6th pick. Let's say I picked up a second, right? Let's just say I did that. Let's say I picked up a second. I'm taking Tate Ratledge.
So you would in theory, if the Giants could get rid of Evan Neal
Yeah.
altogether at that point. You know what you're saying?
Yeah.
So I don't see that happening, man. The thing about it is though, the Eagles are, in my opinion, I think the Eagles are showing the blueprint of why Georgia players get drafted. And really, once you commit, like I think it was Daniel Jeremiah said, once you commit to Georgia, the next day the the combine invitation gets sent to your mail in your mailbox, or to
I usually don't do this, but Howie is an asshole, and let me tell you why. Because this guy is a Florida alum. He is a Florida donor, and he is tired, just like the rest of the Florida fans are, going to the cocktail party, getting loaded up on some cocktails, having having some good barbecue, right? Some good food from the vendors, going in and giving 3 hours of his life to watching Georgia stomp a mud hole in that Gator ass. So he figured, how about this? How about I draft some of these monsters and put them on the Eagles? And just like how they're monsters here, they can be monsters over here. And, you know, I just don't appreciate it. I mean, I appreciate it, but and you know what really sucks about it, Rob, is that this is something, fam, this is something I have begged, I've honestly written letters behind this. Because you got to think, the Giants, there's no team in the NFC East that has had more Georgia players than us. Like literally, even now with the Eagles, still not enough. You got to think, we've drafted DeAndre Baker. We drafted Lorenzo Carter.
Tay.
We drafted Andrew Thomas. We drafted why am I blanking on
You
his name?
had Lorenzo. Didn't you draft Lorenzo Carter?
We drafted Lorenzo. We drafted Andrew Thomas.
Tay
We drafted Tay Crowder. We drafted DeAndre Baker.
Aziz.
We drafted Aziz Ojolari. That's 5 right there that we've drafted. Just straight up that we've drafted, been on the team. I am blanking on this name and it makes me angry because this is a Texas guy. Uh give me 30 seconds. Give me literally 30 seconds.
You had DeAndre Baker, Tay Crowder, Aziz, Lorenzo, Andrew Thomas.
All right.
Who else?
Oh,
I don't even. I don't even know who it would be. Did you
yep.
figure it out?
All right. So listen, let me start this list over. We've drafted Andrew Thomas. We drafted Aziz Ojolari. We drafted Tay Crowder. We drafted DeAndre Baker. We've drafted why did I just freeze at 5? Uh Andrew Thomas, Aziz Ojolari, Tay Crowder,
Lorenzo.
I already said Lorenzo Carter.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Wait, Lorenzo Carter, Andrew Thomas, Tate
Baker.
Crowder, DeAndre Baker,
Aziz.
Aziz Ojolari, Rodney Hampton was a person that froze my mind up,
Yeah.
who's actually in our Ring of Honor. That's not even including the Georgia players we didn't had on the team in the time frame of me just being a fan. We didn't had Alec Ogletree.
Good name.
We didn't had Lawrence Cager,
Yeah, didn't he? Shit, I forgot about that.
who's now at the Commanders, right?
Ooh. But
Right,
the dogs are going to your rival. Ooh.
right, right, right.
Mm. Mm.
It's just certain levels of pain.
It's just your management at that point, because apparently they
No shit, no shit. Um, like think about it like this: the Giants are about to let Aziz Ojolari walk, and say because of the fact that he's injury prone. But right here, right now, he's better than Kayvon Thibodeau, and it's not close. It's not close.
That's unfortunate.
Kayvon Thibodeau hasn't developed any moves. None. Aziz Ojolari killing him on the field. I'm sorry, y'all, that I just went on this Giants rant, and I wasn't even trying to go here. Rob really did this to me. So I'm going to just apologize in advance, right? Shout outs to Rodney Hampton, Texas guy, Houston, and this thing. It's actually crazy.
Hey, this DGD podcast for real. We got the dogs in here.
We got the dogs in there. Can the dog hear me?
No.
Oh.
She can't hear, bro.
Oh, see.
Look at my headphones in. Hey, come on now.
Let me.
Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show.
The dog is not enjoying any of this. Is that Chloe?
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah. She's not having fun. She can't hear the fact you talked about Giants for so long.
It's rough.
What she does want to hear is this dog defense, by the way. Keon, who you most excited to see on this defense?
Quintavious Johnson.
Damn it, you took mine too. Yeah, I think it's me and him are unanimous, by the way, me and Keon. Quintavious about to be fun to watch this year.
Fun as fuck, bro. He's explosive as hell. And then you gotta give it up to Dalen Everett, man.
Christian Miller?
Christian Miller. Chris Cole?
Ooh, I'd say Justin Williams first.
I'm really high on Justin Williams, man. I'm really, really, really high on Justin Williams.
Speaking of, I know if you haven't yet, do yourself a favor and go look at the video of Justin Williams working out recently came out.
Speed.
It's just crazy.
Dude, and people really didn't understand like his level of like explosiveness. He is dangerously fast. And it's crazy to think that, like I told you, once he got recruited and he made it, like he got on campus, it was there was a moment for me as a Georgia fan where I was just like, so Kobe Dean just won the Dick Buckets. Boop. Here goes Jalen Walker with the Dick Buckets. The next Dick Buckets award winner is probably on the roster. Like already.
It's crazy to think about though, ain't it? Because
it
you got Raylan Wilson, which that's another thing that I'm looking at here.
I want to know who's the fastest linebacker in the room.
Got I will. You want to make your pick? I'll make mine.
So I know what your pick is gonna be, and I know what my pick is gonna be. Your pick is gonna be Raylan Wilson. My pick is gonna be Justin Williams.
Are you sure? Is that your
Yeah,
final
I'm
answer?
yeah, I'm taking Justin Williams against the room.
I'll take. Man, I think you got it right. I think you got it right. Because I get that feeling though, man. Raylan Wilson, when fully healthy, is a freak. Both of them.
Yeah.
Both of them freaks. You got two freakazoids right there, man. You got two freakazoids. Keon, one thing that I want to see and I want to hear about more so than anything, who asserts themselves amongst the defense in a leadership role? Who is going to be those vocal leaders on and off the field? I need to know this because I don't think we really got a true, genuine answer last year.
No.
And I think it reflected on the field. As much as it hurts to say that, I think we saw what not having a true vocal leader on the field did. But it starts off the field. And so I want to hear who asserts themselves in those leadership roles. Just saying. I'd love to hear Christian Miller's name,
Right.
Everett, KJ Bolden. Now the question is, who's going to do it at linebacker if you had to choose? Who would you choose? Let me do it. Hold on. You're going to say, I'm going to see if I'm wrong. I'm probably wrong on this. Your answer is going to be CJ Allen, and mine
Correct.
is going to be Raylan Wilson.
Yep. Yep.
Damn, Keon, me and you know each other.
Yeah. It's like we do a podcast together or some shit, right?
So we're just constantly talking about Georgia football. So I don't know. Either way, that's my goal. I want those leaderships at every leadership roles at every position or at every group because the 2021 defense, the 2022 defense, it was distinctive and you knew who it was, and that's something that I'm missing. And I think that's the recipe that we need starting off the field to get back to winning another national championship.
100%.
Period. I need that. I need that answer. That's my main question right there. However, another question: how much of a jump Ellis Robinson will have in year two? How big of a jump do you think, or are you expecting?
I think it's going to be a broad jump.
Ooh, like a track meet. I see what you did there.
Yeah.
I see what you did there. Good. It's good. Don't sleep on Demelo Jones, by the way. If you're listening to this and watching this, don't sleep on Demelo Jones. I hope you're not. Because if you've listened to us long enough, You know not to sleep on DeMello Jones. Just another name too. Just another name. I want to hear, and this is gonna be random, Keon. I want to hear Brett Thorson's rehab going better than expected. I want to hear that.
So here's that too, right? I want to hear that. What's the over under of how many times Brett Thorson ends up cracking a joke on one of the young punters? Like I'm guessing Brett gets at least like two jokes out of practice where he
Throughout
sees them act.
spring camp,
Yeah,
you said what's set the over under? What's the number
14.
that go on the record?
Yeah,
It's gonna be a lot. I'm gonna
it's a
go
lot of
under.
days to pray.
I'm gonna go
It's a
under
lot of days. Actually, you know what? 12.
the jokes.
We're gonna go
The
12.
joke. 12.
We're
So think under. That's
okay.
reported and on record. That's the key.
Oh, that's reported and on record. Yeah, no. Reported on record, there might you might get
Now,
4.
listen, on off the record, definitely over.
Yeah, right. Like, yeah, that's what we're talking, right? Like he's gonna see one of the young punters go out there, and he's gonna be like on the little. I forgot what that thing's called, where you put your knee on it and you kind of. It's almost like a scooter, almost.
Oh, the
You know,
wheelchair kind of thing.
yeah,
It's basically a scooter, really.
yeah. Like he's gonna see one of those guys punt, and he's gonna be like, "I can do that shit." Like, there's no. Like, don't get this situation messed up at all. Like, I can do that. Like, as soon as a bad punt happens, you can be like, I can for sure do better than that. Like right now
Yeah.
with the off foot.
By the way, we've went 48 minutes. Please do us a favor and like the show. Follow us on our socials. Subscribe on YouTube. Rate us and review us wherever you get your podcast.
Let them know where you're. Let them know your. I was about to say your gamer tag. Let them know where your Twitter tag.
This is their Xbox. But no, let's wrap this up a second. Overall spring, I'm super excited. I know you are too. Football is back unofficially. It's back, which also means recruiting
Wait,
is
real
back.
quick, real quick. I'm excited, and I love special teams, man. I really do. As a person that was on kickoff when I played in high school,
Yep.
and Coach always used to tell me, Coach Hall, shout outs to Coach Hall if you ever watch this. Coach Hall and Coach Smith used to tell me, "Hey, man, you go down there, find somebody, and let them hear you, right?" And for the people who go downfield and find somebody and let them hear you, right? Gotta say, your hard work, your effort, and your sheer play of reckless abandonment is appreciated. With that said, I want to see me personally, right? Peter Woodring.
Peyton
Want to
Wood.
see, or Peyton Woodring, sorry. I want to see you take the next step. Want to see him take the
To
next
be,
step.
to be fair,
He's pretty damn good as it is.
very good.
You know what I'm saying? But I think there's another gear here. I really do. And also, Peyton, please finish this year out. Go get drafted because my Giants also need a kicker. Holy shit, we need everything, Rob.
Well,
God.
I can't help you there. I don't have an NFL team, so I can't help you there. One way or the other, can't help you.
Fam, we literally lost to the Commanders because of the fact we missed like 3 field goals.
Well, they could
And,
have had Hot Rod, couldn't they?
fam,
Shout out to Hot Rod for continuing his career. By the way, I think UFL, if I'm not mistaken.
mm,
So, yep,
yeah, I think Dejan Edwards also got picked up
he did.
by,
He did. Canadian Football League, I think.
yeah, for sure. Shout outs to him.
Good to see those guys going and continuing to play the game, man. It's fun to see it.
Absolutely. Love those guys.
Any final thoughts on this, Keon? Any final thoughts before spring practice?
It's the spring season. Um, I love the spring. We get to hear practice notes. We get to hear guys competing, getting after it, getting better each and every day, each and every obstacle, each and every practice. I'm so excited. Um, I can't wait. Hope we make it out the spring as healthy as possible.
Winter
Because,
ball
man,
shoes.
huh?
Yeah,
Yeah, for sure. So,
knock, knocking on that fucking wood.
nah, for real, we're here.
Being honest, if you will. Need that to stay the fact, stay the course, please. By the way, last episode we brought on Xavier and Griffin Haynes
Yeah.
for our first edition of Friday Night Futures, and hopefully the feedback is good for that. I thought it was well received. I had a good time talking to them. But next Friday, we're going to be doing our next installation. I'm going to keep it a secret, but I need you to go to the DGD Podcast X account because we'll make that announcement who the next uh, Friday Night Futures invitee coming on the show. So we're going to make that announcement Monday. But we will be doing that because Keon's going to be, I don't even know, he's going to be having some potent potables for sure. Um, so we're going to be doing
Vitamins.
that. We're going to be doing another installation of Friday Night Futures. And TBD on who's to come, but we've already got it in the books, and we'll make that announcement Monday. So stay
Can't
tuned
wait.
to see who's going to be coming in. Bring him into the doghouse, if you will, and talk about it. And again, if you're not familiar with what Friday Night Futures is, we bring in high school athletes. We talk recruiting process. We talk high school athletics. We talk multitude of things. Hell, we found out Xavion's go-to Bojangles order, courtesy of Keon. So you never know what you're gonna get asked when you come on to the DGD podcast. And it doesn't matter if you're a high school athlete or an insider or anyone anywhere in between. It don't matter.
Can we just take a second? So I just had Bojangles tonight before the show. Uh, um, yeah.
No,
Pew, pew, pew. Hey, Bojangles, if you could do us a favor, right? Sponsor the podcast. We love your shit.
dude, I'm telling you right now, one day, like all these free ads are gonna pay off.
No, bro, I promise. Because at some point, somebody's gonna be like, "Did you see this DGD podcast? We had this guy Keon on there who just randomly shouted us out and said that he loved our shit. What shit? The food.
All of it, more, all of it.
No, seriously, the
Keon,
Bowberry biscuits.
hold on, Keon.
Whoa.
Big Back Chronicles.
Yes.
Ready for this?
Yes.
So Bojangles just
Uh-huh.
dropped a chicken and bowberry waffle sandwich. It's literally a Cajun filet piece of chicken in between two bowberry waffles. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
You might be able to get behind that. That sounds like artery clogging goodness right there.
Question. Who's about to go get that and has two thumbs? This guy. We'll get you one of those as soon as possible.
But man, I do want to tell you the recruiting realm, things are turning up. I don't know if y'all saw, uh, but AD Mitchell, his little
Yeah,
brother Dylan, actually just received an offer from the University of Georgia. Um, Followed me on X. Shout outs to Dylan Mitchell. Um, I had him up straight up. I was like, bro, don't even play. You know we love y'all. Cause we do. What the hell? So shout outs to him. He getting a lot of offers already. I think he's a junior. Junior? He'd be a junior. Well, no. He'd be a sophomore, I think. He's class of 2028. 2028 are sophomores, right?
sounds right. Yeah.
Yeah, so shout outs to Dylan Mitchell coming out of Houston, Texas. Houston, don't ever stop loving us, and Houston, we will never stop loving you.
You know another thing though, Keon. There's a kid out of Apopka, Florida. Apopka, Florida, Keon.
so
Your
so yeah,
tile.
yeah, y'all don't understand why he's saying that because I thought it was a Puka, Florida, because that's how it looks, right? Right? Because when you don't have the double O, the one O makes a ooh sound because that's the English language of which I learned here in Dallas, Texas. Okay, that's just a spell shot, right? Right. S.
SHOT.
Yeah. See, there's one O, so it makes the ooh sound, right?
No, two O's makes the ooh sound.
Or you understand what I'm saying.
Bro,
This is a set.
we're teaching English
We're
right now,
teaching
right now, right now.
right now. So, like I said, right, I got it messed up. So he's saying it's. I don't even know how to say it. All right,
Long story.
I'm not the best.
Long story. Tell us about this player, man. You got your eyes on heavy. Like he's on your radar. Who is that?
James Johnson,
Yes, sir.
somebody to look at,
Yeah.
somebody to understand the game. This guy is dynamic on all fronts, man. He's aggressive, hands aggressive. Bro, here's the thing. You're watching him bully interior offensive linemen, and it couldn't be crazier. He looks very familiar, like former dogs that we've had here in the past. One of which might be from Apopka, right? Right?
Sir. Yes, sir.
Apopka, Florida.
I'm gonna give you another name. If you've never heard of this name, definitely do yourself a favor and get this name on your radar. Uh, Ebenezer Iwatade. He's an edge rusher out of South Garner, up here, right south of Raleigh, in North Carolina. Ebenezer Iwatade. I'm gonna go and make it right now. I'm predicting him in this class. So as of March 8th at 11:31 p.m. for the record, Keon, Ebenezer Ewatade will be in the 2026 Georgia class. My
You
prediction.
know, I'm all the way for it. I've never actually heard of an actual person um named Ebenezer that's young. That's what I like to call one of those ancient names, and I feel like if you're a football player with an ancient name, got to be something dangerous on that football field. So let's bring in Ebenezer
Nah, that motherfucker.
Iwatade, right?
Ewatade, that motherfucker cold. Listen, I'm gonna do my damnedest to bring him on the show.
Yeah,
Yeah, I need to. I need to do my damnedest to do that. So hold me to it.
I definitely will because I got to ask him what's the nickname, right? Because there's no way people are just
Big E. I don't know.
yeah.
Come up. We might have shit. We might have to come up with something. I have to talk to him. I got to see if I can get him on the pod. I'd love to get him and Ekene. It would be cool. But yeah,
Ebenezer, Easy Eb,
ebbs and flow.
Ebbs and Flow.
I like that.
Word from Hustle
Too,
and Flow.
that's too much to come out at one time.
Yeah,
Too much.
yeah.
But no, again though, Ebenezer, Ewatade. I'm just gonna make my prediction. Like I said, I predict him in this class. He's
Right.
that good. That good.
I don't see why I wouldn't.
I mean, your teammates with Ekene. That's Namdi's little brother. Namdi's little brother. There's a good chance you might have a little South Garner pipeline right there. To be
I'm
honest,
also excited for Namdi as well because we're probably going to get to see him on the field this year as well.
his name is Tree Trunks, man.
Dude, literally,
Tree Trunk. What him legs thick as shit.
man.
It was obvious when you saw him playing out there, man. Too. It's just like, damn.
Huge human.
Yeah, massive for sure. I think obviously with Ja going to USC, that opened that true nose up. So if they do anything like that, I don't think we do a lot of mint front too much this year. But if you put a nose tackle out there, it wouldn't surprise me to see Namdi play a lot more in that role, take over that spot. Keon, I think it's time, sir. Let's wrap this thing up. Happy early birthday.
I appreciate you, Rob.
Be here next birthday. So obviously offline.
All right. So I do want to say this. So turning 30, right?
You young son of a bitch.
Man, it's so crazy. Um, with each decade of your life that you live, you try to take away new things and then apply it, for the rest. Um, One of the biggest teachings for me in my 20s is just taking risks and not being afraid of what happens after that, because it's better to know and to fail than to not try and live your life with regret. And that's something that I can honestly say that for the most part, everything that I wanted to go do or go accomplish, um, I've either done that or I'm in the process of doing it. So I'm really excited for this next chapter in my life. I'm really excited about the fact that I'm gonna be considered one of the old heads by my young cousins who are now teenagers. They're gonna start calling me Unc and all of that. And it's crazy. I don't have any gray hairs.
Yet.
I don't have children. So it's like we're doing great on that front. But overall, I'm living life, man. And I really appreciate everybody that has been there for me. I appreciate you, Rob. I appreciate the Georgia fan base, everybody that has been following me, keeping up with me, and friends, family, and all that. I really do love and appreciate every last one of y'all. So, glad to be a part of this, the DGD podcast, and most importantly, man, go dogs, sick 'em, roo 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 roo.
Spoken like a gentleman with high ambitions and low kid count. Because you taking risks, buddy. When you got a kid, that is not in the question.
Buddy, we are burning the candle on both ends, on my side.
Slow your ass down. Nah, I'm talking about be careful. Don't get too far ahead of yourself talking. Next thing you know, something will happen.
Man.
Listen, like a Dave Chappelle skit. Wrap it up.
Oh my God, man. It is a Saturday. This is a Saturday pod. We are not. See, people are going to listen to this and they're not going to understand. They're like, man, where are these two goofballs?
We've been doing this shit for too long to not know us. We gonna end it on that note. We just gotta wrap it up.
Yeah,
that's all we got. Keon, happy early birthday. We'll catch you on the next episode after. And we're gonna
Yes.
talk about that, but we're gonna have a birthday recap.
Can't wait.
Birthday recap.
Yeah, we are gonna do a birthday recap. Can't wait.
That's gonna be fun. That's gonna be fun.
Yes, it will be.
By the way, remember, just a reminder, like, follow, rate, review, subscribe, all that good stuff. DGDpodcast.com, or all the links that you need are in the descriptions below. Follow us on Twitter. Follow us, Keon. Follow all the guys, right? Patreon, Discord, all that good stuff. Go give us a follow. Use the links in the descriptions below. And just like I said, we're going to wrap it up. We'll catch you next time on the DGD podcast. Have a great day, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, whatever you are listening. Have a great one, and go Dogs.
Go Dogs.